Hello everyone. Welcome back to Master Play Enterprise YouTube channel. Today we have a fascinating topic to dive into, the fundamental differences between faith and science. These two concepts have shaped human understanding in profound ways, and understanding their distinctions is crucial for a well-rounded perspective. So let's get started. Faith and science have been two of the most influential forces in human history. Both have helped us understand the world around us and make sense of our existence. However, they have often been seen as enemies or incompatible with each other. In this video, we'll explore the different aspects of faith and science and try to understand how they relate to each other. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of faith and science. Kindly smash the subscribe button and like, what's the deal with faith, you ask? Well, it's all about believing without evidence. Yeah, you heard that right, no need for pesky proof or logical reasoning. Faith is like that friend who eats a spoonful of wasabi just because they trust it won't set their mouth on fire. It plays a significant role in religion, guiding believers through life's uncertainties and giving them that warm, fuzzy feeling of spiritual connection. But hold up, because here comes science, ready to burst that warm bubble of faith. Science is all about evidence-based inquiry, where logical thinking and facts reign supreme. It's like that slightly annoying but undeniably smart kid in class who questions everything and insists on verifying every claim with experiments and data. While faith and science may seem like oil and water, there are moments when they find common ground. They both seek truth and understanding, but in different realms of exploration. Faith taps into the unexplainable and mysterious, while science digs deep into the tangible and testable. But alas, conflicts do arise between these two giants. Creationism versus evolution is a never-ending battle, with both sides fiercely defending their beliefs. Then there's the topic of miracles and supernatural events. Science raises an eyebrow, while faith raises a hand to testify. Finally, ethical dilemmas and moral values often collide, leaving us with tough decisions to make. The first key difference lies in the basis of belief. Faith is belief without empirical evidence, often rooted in religious texts, personal experiences, or cultural traditions. Science, conversely, is grounded in empirical evidence and the scientific method, where beliefs are subject to scrutiny, experimentation, and revision based on new data. The second difference is in how faith and science approach knowledge. Faith relies on revelation, intuition, and personal convictions. It tends to be static and unchanging over time. Science, however, is dynamic and open to revision. It constantly seeks to refine and expand our understanding through observation, testing, and peer review. While faith and science may seem like oil and water, there are moments when they find common ground. They both seek truth and understanding, but in different realms of exploration. Faith taps into the unexplainable and mysterious, while science digs deep into the tangible and testable. But alas, conflicts do arise between these two giants. Creationism versus evolution is a never-ending battle, with both sides fiercely defending their beliefs. Then there's the topic of miracles and supernatural events as science raises an eyebrow, while faith raises a hand to testify. Finally, ethical dilemmas and moral values often collide, leaving us with tough decisions to make. Before we go any further, let's take a moment to critique both faith and science. Blind faith and dogma can lead to mindless following, while bias and funding can shape scientific research in questionable ways. How about considering alternative perspectives just for fun? It wouldn't hurt to open our minds and take a peek beyond the limits of our own beliefs. And there you have it, my inquisitive friend. We've journeyed through the fascinating world of faith and science, exploring their differences, looking for common ground, and critiquing them both. So grab a cup of tea, ponder the mysteries of the universe, and remember the truth is out there, waiting for those courageous enough to seek it. Who said finding answers had to be boring? Faith. Believing without evidence. Faith. The beautiful art of believing in something without needing any pesky evidence to back it up. It's like saying, I believe that unicorns exist because, well, I just do. And you know what? No one can argue with you because it's all about faith. So let's start with the definition of faith. According to Merriam-Webster, faith is a strong belief in something for which there is no proof. Isn't that marvelous? We can just believe in something wholeheartedly without a shred of evidence. It's like making decisions based on blindfolded dart-throw sexy exhilarating. Now, when it comes to religion, faith plays a starring role. It's the driving force that keeps believers going. Without faith, religion would be like a cake without the frosting, kind of plain and boring. Faith gives people a sense of purpose and helps them navigate life's uncertainties. It's like having a life coach who doesn't charge you a hefty sum. How convenient. Religious experiences and faith go hand in hand. People claim to have seen miracles, felt the presence of a higher power, or experienced divine intervention. And what's their evidence, you ask? Well, it's all in their faith, my friend. When you have faith, anything is possible, even the ability to walk on water or turn water into wine. That's the power of belief. So, my dear reader, if you ever find yourself seeking answers without evidence, just remember the magic of faith. It's like the most exciting roller coaster ride of belief, without any annoying safety measures. So buckle up and enjoy the thrilling world of faith. Who needs evidence, right? Science. Evidence-based inquiry. Let's dive into the world of science, where things are a little more logical. Science, according to those nerdy scientists, can be defined as a systematic enterprise that builds and organizes knowledge in the form of testable explanations and predictions about the universe. Yeah, you heard it right, testable explanations. No room for blind belief here. One of the cornerstones of science is the scientific method. It's like a recipe for discovering truth. First, you make an observation, like noticing that your toast always falls butter side down. Then you form a hypothesis, which is basically an educated guess about why this happens. Now comes the fun part: experimentation. You conduct tests, gather data, and analyze the results to see if your hypothesis holds up. Finally, you draw a conclusion. If your hypothesis proves correct, congratulations. You've just contributed to the vast pool of scientific knowledge. But science isn't just about wild guesses and random experiments. It relies heavily on empirical evidence, which is information acquired through observation and experimentation. Scientists are like detectives, gathering clues and building a case for their theories. And boy, do they have a lot of theories, like the theory of evolution, the theory of relativity, and the theory that unicorns could exist if only we believed hard enough. Just kidding. Scientific theories aren't wild guesses either. They are well-substantiated explanations of some aspect of the natural world that are based on a body of evidence. These theories have been tested, reviewed, and scrutinized by the scientific community, which is always eager to find the next big flaw in someone's research. So it's safe to say that science isn't just about taking things at face value, but about investigating, questioning, and exploring the mysteries of our universe. So there you have it, folks. Science, the world of evidence-based inquiry, where hypotheses are tested, theories are formed, and data reigns supreme. It's a tantalizing realm of knowledge that invites us to question, challenge, and discover. But hold on tight, because next up, we'll be exploring where faith and science find a glimmer of common ground. So buckle up and let's keep this roller coaster journey. Faith and science, finding common ground. Faith and science, two sides of the same coin. Or are they? While they may seem like rival clans locked in an eternal battle, there are actually areas where they share a common ground. Surprising, right? Let's take a closer look and see how these seemingly polar opposites can coexist. First off, there are areas of agreement between faith and science. Both seek to understand the mysteries of the universe, albeit from different perspectives. They both delve into the nature of existence, the origin of life, and the mysteries of the cosmos. Hey, maybe they're not so different after all. However, let's not brush over the fact that faith and science also explore different realms of exploration. Faith focuses on matters like spirituality, morality, and the belief in a higher power. On the other hand, science takes a more empirical and evidence-based approach to unraveling the secrets of the natural world. Now, let's address the limitations of both faith and science. Faith relies on belief without evidence, while science demands concrete evidence before drawing any conclusions. Faith can be seen as a leap into the unknown, guided by personal experiences and subjective convictions. Science, on the other hand, is constrained by the tools and methodologies available to us. But wait, there's more. Both faith and science have their fair share of critics. Some skeptics argue that blind faith and dogma can hinder progress and critical thinking. On the scientific side, bias and funding can sometimes influence research outcomes, leading to questionable results. It's important to consider alternative perspectives to ensure a well-rounded view. So, there you have it. Faith and science exploring different territories, yet occasionally intersecting. They both seek answers to life's greatest wonders, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. It's like they're dancing the tango, two seemingly different partners moving in harmony. It's a fascinating dynamic, don't you think? Now that we've delved into the realm of agreement, differences, and limitations between faith and science, let's move on to the conflicts that arise when these worlds collide. Stay tuned. Conflicts between faith and science. The never-ending battle between faith and science, the clash of the titans. Well, more like a clash of ideologies, really. Let's delve into the key points of this epic showdown. Cue dramatic music. First up, we have creationism versus evolution. On one side, we have those who believe that a higher power, aka God, waved a magic wand and poof, there goes the universe. On the other side, we have scientists who back up their claims with mountains of evidence, proposing that life on Earth evolved over millions of years. It's like a cosmic he said, she said situation. Then there are the miracles and supernatural events. Some people rely on these events as evidence of their faith. You know, like that time Aunt Millie's parakeet suddenly started speaking in tongues. Science, on the other hand, rolls its eyes and says, show me the evidence. It's all, where's the proof, bro, versus, I just have a feeling, man. Ethical dilemmas and moral values, oh boy. Faith tells us what's right and wrong based on religious teachings. But science likes to use things like reason and logic to figure that out. It's like a giant tug-of-war between what you should do and what you can prove you should do. So here we are, witnessing the never-ending saga of faith and science duking it out. It's like a never-ending tennis match with no victor in sight. On one side, we have faith as the purveyor of beliefs without evidence. And on the other side, we have science as the relentless pursuer of truth through evidence-based inquiry. But hey, maybe the conflict between faith and science isn't such a bad thing after all. It keeps us on our toes, questioning our beliefs and pushing the boundaries of knowledge. So let's grab some popcorn, sit back, and enjoy the spectacle. Who knows? Maybe one day faith and science will find a way to coexist peacefully. Until then, let the battle continue, critiquing both faith and science. Blind faith and dogma, yes, the cornerstones of a thriving society. Who needs evidence and critical thinking when you can just blindly follow whatever you're told, right? It's like playing a fun game of Guess the Truth, where you get to make up your own rules. But wait, there's more. Let's not forget about bias and funding in scientific research. Who needs the pursuit of knowledge when you can have corporate interests and shady agendas dictating what gets studied and what doesn't? Science, schmeance. Let's just cherry-pick the data that supports our preconceived notions and call it a day. And finally, considering alternative perspectives. Why bother entertaining different viewpoints and challenging our own beliefs when we can live blissfully in our little echo chamber? It's so much more comforting to ignore any dissenting opinions and continue down our narrow-minded, self-assured path. In a world where blind faith trumps evidence, bias skews research, and alternative perspectives are scoffed at, it's no wonder we find ourselves in the midst of heated debates between faith and science. But hey, who needs harmony and understanding when we can have endless arguments and dissonance? So there you have it, the critiquing of both faith and science summed up in a neat little package. Remember though, I'm just presenting the sarcasm-laden facts here. You're welcome to form your own opinions and explore the vast world of knowledge beyond blind faith and biased science. Good luck, fellow truth seekers. Conclusion. So we've reached the end of our wild ride through the realm of faith and science. It's been quite the adventure, hasn't it? We've explored the definitions and roles of both faith and science. We've tried to find common ground between the two, and we've even dived into conflicts and critiques. Now it's time to sum it all up in a nice, neat package. Throughout this journey, we've discovered that faith and science are indeed different creatures. Faith relies on belief without evidence, while science is all about evidence-based inquiry. They operate in different realms of exploration, with faith diving into the realm of the supernatural and science focusing on the natural world. But wait, there's more. It's not all black and white. There are areas of agreement between faith and science, and they both have their limitations. We've seen conflicts arise when it comes to topics like creationism versus evolution, miracles, and ethical dilemmas. And let's not forget the importance of critiquing both faith and science, because blind faith and bias can lead us astray. So, my fellow adventurers, as we reach the end of this blog, let's remember to approach both faith and science with an open mind. Let's question, explore, and consider alternative perspectives. After all, the journey of knowledge is never-ending, and we must continue our quest for understanding. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of faith and science. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. As always, feel free to leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious. Going.